So just in case you guys thought the religious candle and the prayer that I read was crazy enough for the last video, in this video we are actually going to be opening up with an NF rap song. Yeah, as a kid, I used to think life is moving slow. I watch it go by. Look out the window on my bus ride. I thought the world was so small through my closed eyes. I've always tried to control things. In the end, that's what controls me. Maybe that's why I'm controlling. I wish somebody would have told me, if you want love, you're gonna have to go through the pain. If you want love, you're gonna have to learn how to change. If you want trust, you're gonna have to give some away. If you want love, if you want love. I just find these lyrics absolutely fascinating. But not just fascinating for no reason, rather fascinating because these lyrics bring me back to a time in my life where I felt extremely lonely. And what makes you feel lonely is when you're in an environment full of normies, if you will, or neurotypical people, and everybody around you just in life and in that environment seems to be having such a good, normal, happy time. And for whatever reason, you're miserable and you don't know why. And you feel this sense of shame because you're like, why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just be normal? Why do I have to be weird? Why can't I just be like all these other kids and just take my Instagram photos and just worry about my Instagram likes and take my mirror pictures and whatever the case may be? Why can't I just be like them? Why do I have to be like me? So miserable and so alone. And with the Four of Swords card coming through in the reverse, what can be difficult during that time, and with the Sun card coming through, is it can be really hard to see, why am I so unhappy? But truth be told, the opposite of trauma and pain is love and human connection. That's the opposite. So how are you supposed to heal in a society where we each live on our individual islands, up in our individual towers, and where we don't meet people organically anymore? You don't connect with anybody anymore. How are you not supposed to be miserable when the opposite of trauma and pain is human connection? The Moon card coming through. But I just remember thinking, I'm so crazy. My secret is that I can't be like everybody else. I'm miserable and I don't know why. And if there's one thing that I wish I could have gone back in time and told my teenage self was that I was not the only one that was feeling miserable, and I was not the only one that couldn't pretend everything was perfect, like my super fancy schmancy high school sort of marketing team would have liked you to believe, is that everybody here is just perfect and these types of things. And I was just this American kid with all these opportunities ahead of me, and I just still couldn't get it together. Emperor card coming through in the reverse. I couldn't get it together. I felt like a loser. I felt messed up. But I think a lot of us, what we forget is that the true meaning of life is human connection, and love is what keeps people alive. And when you start to think about, why do we even look for love romantically? It's because we're all going to die. So it's this weird sort of paradox. What keeps us alive is the same thing that we need in order to die. We need love. We want love. All this to say, yeah, love is what keeps us alive and things like this, but we shouldn't have to go through this next level of trauma, this next level of pain, just to get that bit of human connection. And the song, it's, you have to go through pain, you have to change. In order to get that trust back, you're gonna have to get some away. But please be easy on yourself and give yourself some grace, because what you're up against in a society that doesn't meet people organically anymore is a lot. you're going to be self-actualizing whether you like it or not, whether you meet somebody or you stay alone or not, because what else do you have? Unless you want to be absolutely miserable, you're gonna have to start figuring out, how do I fall in love with what's right in front of me? And how do I let go of all the hurt and all the pain just for a chance that it's gonna lead to nowhere, that it's gonna lead to nothing? You could literally help a blind person see again, and the universe is still gonna be like, hey man, I don't know if I'm gonna help you find a chick, to be honest. I don't know, bro, like, I think I might pass. Like, there clearly is, you know, not enough women in life, or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to diss the universe like that, but that's what this is gonna feel like. Modern dating is no joke. Being a dating coach in the modern dating world is quite literally the equivalent of a magician that can actually make a rabbit pop out of its hat without any sort of illusion and tricks behind the scene. That's what this is, because people don't meet people organically anymore. It's the most disconnected time to ever be alive. Nevertheless, if you're still alive and surviving today, you've made it far. You need to be proud of yourself. You're not some loser, nor are you a victim of your circumstances. You are you, and you haven't been given the proper love, and you're still here, surviving today. And there's something beautiful to that story in and of itself, even if you feel like an outcast, even if you don't feel normal. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your story, and if only we can get the part of you that feels so unlovable, if only we can get that part to change from its super defensive position to be open once again and be understanding that you aren't unlovable. The situation is far more complex than that, and that part of you is trying to protect you. But once again, I'm here to remind you that you are lovable, and that these are the aspects of life, these are the obstacles that we're up against as a generation, and as somebody being alive right now navigating the modern dating world. It's quite an obstacle, so take it easy on yourself, and it's okay if you don't feel normal. I've been there too, and you're not alone for feeling insane. And anyways, I will see you guys in a later video. Bye y'all.